Hello again. This is my guppy tank just below my molly tank. In this tank I have the entire forest full of hygrophila polysperma, as well as some dwarf hairgrass, some twisted veil, and sabositane, and a couple tiny plants of anubias, and then one really nice little plant at the back. You'd be forgiven for thinking it's polysperma. It's not. It's hygrophila compacta. It's quite a nice plant. The leaves sometimes have a nice red bronze colour to them. I really like that plant. I haven't pulled it out because I don't want to uproot all the soil into the water column. So that's the drawback if you do a girded aquarium. That will happen if you pull out established plants. Sorry, just need to sit down. Oh. The hygrophila polysperma grows exactly the same as the water wisteria. Stick it into the substrate, let it go, and it will grow crazy for you. The plant will grow from stem cuttings. Every time you do a cutting off the stem, it'll fork out and grow two more stems from that one, and it'll usually grow two more from the nodes beneath it, all the way down to the bottom. They're good background and mid-ground plants because you can just trim them. They get really bushy and they're just spectacular if you've got them in a mass planting. They also grow from leaf cuttings. You'll actually see I've got planted just some leaves into the substrate, and they have all rooted and will grow a little plant off them. Just like that one. That was a leaf cutting that grew into a tiny plant. It takes a long time for them to do that, but if you want to plant out an aquarium for the cheap and you've got small fish, just do it that way. You'll save yourself a small fortune. And again, the water level not that high. When it reaches about this high, I'll trim it and plant the stems, or I'll sell them. I'll do a video on how to make money off your aquariums soon as well. These ones, I think they prefer a higher light. They'll do moderate light well, but low light they seem to struggle. They go more like this. I had this one in a lower light area and it grew quite straggly, but now that it's in a high light LED environment, lots of nutrients, it's growing back really thick. I highly recommend this plant for beginner people for the aquarium because it's really tough to kill. The anubias in here is growing off a rhizome. The rhizome started to rot, so I cut it and just planted what was left, just the roots only, not the rhizome, into the soil, and another plant's finally started to sprout. This sabositane, it's been a real hit and miss plant for me. Lots of people say it grows like wildfire, but for me it's just been an uphill struggle to get it to grow. It's finally growing, but it wasn't easy. In Australia it's very hard to find stuff like sabositane, bulbitis, and plants of that nature. The hairgrass is growing absolutely crazy. That was only a few little leaves that I put in there, and then it's carpeting out quite well. I actually didn't want it to do that. I just put it in there to see how it would grow. So I'm going to have to pull it out pretty soon and plant it somewhere else. The twisted veil is finally growing for me. I spent about $20 on that bunch. I lost half of it and I put it into this aquarium. It's finally starting to grow for me. I don't know what it is about that plant. It just doesn't seem to like me. So in this tank, to keep it clean, I've just got a whole bunch of cherry shrimp and a few otocinclus. You see one at the back there. Ram's horn snails and my guppy endler hybrids, just to see what would happen. They throw out some nice colours, but they are quite small fish because of it. Well, hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like and a comment.